Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Money with Alpha. Today, I have a lovely new guest to introduce to you, Paul Farmer. Welcome, Paul.
Thanks, Alpha, and lovely. I like being called lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
well,
take
to be
that.
honest, most of my listeners are women, but I met you through one of the networking groups, and we connected. And I love your energy, and I really like what you do and how you do it. So, and I feel like you can have a lot of really valuable information and insights to share with our listeners. Before we hit record, we were talking a little bit about that, so we'll start to unpack a little bit. But before we delve into it, I wanted to introduce you a bit more. You've got an amazing background. You've worked overseas, you've worked in lots of different industries. You're a CPA, which is a certified practicing accountant. You do all sorts of things with businesses in different ways. Do you want to give us a little bit of a background of your professional kind of history and why you've kind of ended up where you are now?
Alpha, how long have we got? I'll give you a snapshot
Abridged, abridged.
because I've covered a lot of ground. There's been a lot of water under a lot of bridges, but I'll give you a snapshot into the way that I see the world historically, and then also going forward. Because I'll be honest, I see things through a different lens to a lot of people.
Mhm.
So I'll be upfront and honest with that because I see things differently. So I grew up in a small country town, population 800.
Oh, wow.
Hour and a half outside of Toowoomba, which is
Hmm.
an hour and a half outside of Brisbane,
Yeah.
in Queensland. For those that may not know where Toowoomba is, so um, my dad was a small business owner. My mum worked with dad. Collectively, they owned a pharmacy,
Hmm.
and so I've been exposed to small business my whole life, based on the fact that that was the thing that provided my sister and I an opportunity to be able to go to boarding school. So mum and dad worked hard, sacrificed, and ate beans to be able to give us the opportunity to go to boarding school. So originally, I wanted to be a physical education teacher. Sport has just driven my life, and I wanted to be a PE teacher. I didn't get the TE score back in the 80s, 90s. We had a thing called a TE score, which I wasn't in a space where I got a high enough score just to do PE. So I thought, well, what did I do well at? And I did very well at accounting. So I thought, oh, no, I'll give that a crack. So I then went from wanting to be a PE teacher to becoming um, a Bachelor of Commerce majoring in accounting and tax,
Hmm.
which same but different, some would say. And then moved to Brisbane in '96 to work for Bentley's, which
Hmm.
is a second tier accounting firm.
Yeah.
And then worked there for 3 years, worked for another accounting firm, Snellman Tom, for 3 years, went overseas, worked for Shell, Petro-Canada, Suncor, um, in accounting, and then strategic forecasting. Got made redundant twice. Some go, oh, how does that? You must have been shocked. No, we knew it was coming, and we got paid out. So,
Mm.
redundancy was probably a good thing. I then got a job back here in Australia and worked for a Canadian oil and gas company, and worked for them until 2015, and then decided that I don't think corporate was the space to allow me to be able to think differently
Yeah.
because it was structured, it was corporate.
Yes.
So I left and started Mentorus, which is about January, it'll be 10 years
Oh,
that I've
congratulations.
since I started it. So in all of that, I got my CPA qualification, and I look back last week, and everything that I do is geared around helping people see what's possible,
Yeah.
whether it's work, home, family, whatever it is. I find that I'm geared around helping people see what's possible
Mm.
and then helping them make what's possible possible.
Yeah.
So, for simplistic terms, everything that we do, whether it's in with challenged businesses, flying businesses, leaders that are challenged, leaders that are flying, everything, it's about helping them understand what's possible and then
Yeah.
help them make that happen for them, or understand how they can make that happen themselves.
Yeah.
So that's the short version, unbridged, without red wine version. So hopefully that's given the people that see this an opportunity to get a bit of a flavour for where I've come from,
Yeah.
and where I am at the moment.
Yeah. No, no, it's a great start. So it's quite a journey, really. And I love the difference. So when you're working, so people who listen to this will be different stages in business, different sizes of business. Some will be solopreneurs who might have like an assistant, others will have teams. When you say getting people to think what's possible, is it kind of like where do they want to take their business and their life? Is it the business to grow, to sell? Is it because a lot of people that I've spoken to, they want to keep their business and it's just them. Then there's others who will want to actually scale and grow. Is there a different mentality in terms of how you set all that up? Or do you kind of say to people, well, let's just grow it to a certain degree and see how you go once you've discovered what the possibilities are?
Yeah, interesting. Great question. So, for those that can see this, and I don't know whether people will be able to visually see the podcast. Yep.
Yeah, some will see if they're watching it on YouTube, others will be
Yep.
listening. So,
So for those that may see it on YouTube, then behind me there's a picture, and
mhm,
there's a picture of a small boy pulling back a beige curtain, and there is a lot of colourful symbols behind the curtain.
mhm,
Now, I look at that, and every time someone comes into my room, I ask them, what does that mean to them?
mhm,
Because sometimes I'll have clients come in and they go, there is so much noise going on in my space at the moment. Can you just shut it up?
mhm,
So I can then think, and then I can then pull back the curtain, and I can then unleash what I call unleash the music.
mhm,
For others, they come in and they go, oh, I've got so much that I haven't achieved, or I just don't know, but I know there's more that I can be doing
yeah,
than what I'm currently doing, or what I'm able to do, or what I see.
yeah,
And so, to go back to your question, some people are in a space where they want to quieten it down, refocus so they can go again.
mhm,
Some people want to sit there and go, I just don't know how to make the next stage happen.
mhm,
So if I take that as an example, what's possible for one person might be, I don't know how to shut up the noise so I can think, get a plan in place, and then make it happen.
yeah,
Because I've just got crap everywhere. I've
yeah,
got clients want me, team want me. I've got rubbish clients. I've got great clients. I've got a melting pot of everything going on,
mm,
whether it's just myself and an assistant or whether I've got big teams. There's a lot of noise going on. How do I quieten it down so I can then be clear about where we're going and what we're doing?
yeah,
Now that may be we want to sell.
mhm,
It may be we want to merge, we want to acquire something, we want to grow, but at the moment we've got so much going on that I don't know where we're going yet.
yeah,
And so at the moment, what I'm seeing is that, again, it's a melting pot of people want to grow, but they don't understand what growth means for them.
yes,
They don't understand the energy resource that they have available, or that they're prepared to put towards whatever it is they want the next stage to be. I've
yeah,
got a number of clients that are looking uh, to grow,
mm,
and I said, well, what does growth mean for you? And let's say there are 6 clients that are in that stage. Each one of them was different.
yeah,
One of them was, well, if we're not growing, if we're not green and growing, we're brown and dying. And I said, well, you know what? That comes up a lot. I
mm,
said, but what does growth mean?
yeah,
To you, it might mean one thing. To someone else, it might mean something else.
yeah,
So it's getting okay and clear about what growth means first,
mm,
accepting that that's your version of growth,
yeah,
and then going, okay, well, if I accept it, now I can choose to do something about it.
mm,
Whatever that may be, whatever that looks like, it might be acquisition. Okay, well, what does that look like? Because as we both know, the acquisition could be, we buy the whole lot, or internally we've got a CEO that wants to retire.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how do we do that? I was having that conversation on the weekend. How do we do that? Well, someone can either buy you out, they can buy 5%, they can buy 20% over the next 5 years. They can sell, you can sell to someone external. There are so many options that are available,
Yeah.
but just to go, this is what I'm not sure what I want. Make it okay to create a business that you want in a way that you actually want it to happen.
Yeah.
So for me, it's about, and that question of what does growth mean for you, and what does it look like? Because some certain people have a certain bandwidth.
Yeah.
They have energy, resources, and a desire to make certain things happen. Now, if I want to go from a business that has 10 trucks on the road to 20 trucks on the road, that's growth. But for some people, they're sitting there go, I couldn't think of anything worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
what if you could add 5 or 10% to your bottom line profitability, but not do any more work? Is that growth? Yeah.
Hmm.
So that for me is helping people see, and that I use what's possible.
Yeah.
For me, when someone comes in and isn't clear about what's possible or what they want or their direction or whatever,
Yeah.
for me, it's about, so what does growth mean to you? Because most people want to grow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But growth may not necessarily be
Mm.
incrementally scaling a mountain.
Yeah.
It might be the next 12 months, we're going to consolidate. We're going to
Hmm.
get rid of all of our rubbish clients. We're going to add A-class clients. We're going to invest in our team. We're not going to do a bucket load more work, but we're going to add 10 to 15% profitability to our business,
Yeah.
which then means that in 12 months' time, we can then look at an acquisition, or we can look at incrementally growing, or we can look at adding to our team. But for one person, they'll look at that and go, that's us, that's doable. Someone else will go, I want to scale incrementally from today. How do I do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So,
it's understanding the personal life impact as well as the business impact and what you're prepared to accept or what
yeah,
yeah, what you actually want to do. Because I think a lot of businesses have grown incrementally over time and they haven't necessarily gone back and reviewed, is this even the sort of work that I want to do, how I want to do it, the sort of clients I want to have. Like there's a lot of that that goes
yeah,
into it too.
yeah. And the growing over time, if you don't step back and look at what's in front of you and
Yeah.
where you would like to go, you will go where you wanted to go 6 months or 12 months previously.
Yeah.
But that may have changed.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it wrong. It just may be that you sit there and go, I've got some clients that they've gone, we don't want a massive team.
Yes.
We find that massive teams need managing, and
Mm.
we just want to be in a space where we're comfortable having a business that is a certain size, that makes a certain amount of profitability. And
Mm.
if over the next 3 to 5 years we can build it so it becomes more attractive to someone to buy, then for us, that's more important than going from 10 people to 15 to 20 to 30 to 50 to 100. For
Yeah.
them, that's not in their space.
Yeah.
Which is, but helping them become okay with that.
Yes.
That's the
Yeah.
piece that I see is the ego, beautiful ego that's required to be able to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Then, when you don't have a resourceful ego, then it's about bigger, stronger, faster. I was in a room with a client, and I wrote on the board, I wrote bigger equals better, and then I wrote in capital letters underneath it, ego.
Hmm.
And for the first 20 minutes of our conversation, they were looking at this thing on the board, and I could see that they were it was bugging them. And I said, so
Hmm.
what's up? Something's up. I sense that you're getting frustrated, or there's something what is it? They said, that word ego. I said, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, that's what we built our previous business. We built it on, and it failed.
Yes.
And I said, so if you've got bigger equals better on the board, I said, how could you change that simply? And they said, oh, we don't know. I said, well, what if I put a line through equals and made bigger doesn't equal better?
Hmm.
And they went, oh, if we'd have known that, that we don't have to have the biggest, the most,
Yeah.
everything. If we'd have known that, potentially we would have got to a point and gone, we don't have to do more than 25 million a year or 30 million a year. We don't have to keep growing.
Yeah.
We can, if we can add an extra 5 or 10% profitability on a $30 million business,
That's
do
still
you reckon that's
significant.
growth?
Yes, that's still
Do you reckon that's, and
significant.
that's year on year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you find because I mean, the word mindset gets bandied around quite a lot.
Yep.
And I've been listening to a lot of things that talk about nervous systems as well. So there's that whole, if somebody wants to grow or they want to develop or even build a business, because there might be people listening who are still trying to build a business to make it profitable.
Yep.
How do you see the concepts around mindset and being able to like literally like hold when I think of nervous system, I was like energetically hold the space for a bigger business and be that bigger version, be that sort of like CEO energy that we were talking about before we hit record. How do you see
Yep.
that play out in your experience?
So, I, ironically, as an accountant, I spend 90% of my days talking about mindset
Yeah. Yeah.
because businesses are reflections of the decisions that we make.
Yes.
Businesses are reflections of the choices we make. So, a lot of our time with clients is spent helping them understand what's influencing their decisions.
Yes.
Helps them understand the choices they make. They may say yes to employ someone who they've kept on for 3 months, and they don't feel they've kept them on for 6 months, and they don't feel like they can get rid of them
Yeah.
because what would it mean? Well, it means that I have to then admit that I may have made a decision that wasn't a good decision, but I
Yeah.
then have to unwind it. But that's I've spent 6 months covering it up because they'll get better and I can change them and whatever. So,
Yeah.
so that whole element of mindset for me, it's about choice,
Yeah.
and we choose everything that comes into our space.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether we cause it or not, different story. But we choose everything that comes into our space. Yep. If someone does something that impacts our space, and we choose to agree with it, we're agreeing with it.
Hmm.
If we choose to not agree with it,
Yeah.
but allow them to continue to do it, then we're choosing to do nothing about something that's influencing our space.
Yes.
So we talk about mindset and having a business mindset and having a mindset of understanding business. A lot of our time is spent helping business owners understand what's influencing their business
Mm.
and how they can influence what's influencing their business.
Yes.
Because when you understand what is impacting your business, whether it's from a financial perspective,
Hmm.
if you're making losses and you don't understand why you're making losses, then we're not understanding what's influencing our business because we just look at it and say, well, we're making losses. But do
Mm.
we understand our pricing? Do we understand saying no to rubbish clients? Do we say yes, but to things on our terms rather than on the terms of others, which generally are in their favor,
Yeah.
not in ours?
Yeah.
So, in terms of, for me, I look at the mindset of business, and let's be honest, business is a tough gig.
Mm.
You can't. There's no. If
Yeah.
if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Yes.
Yep. So it's tough.
Yeah.
So having an understanding of the mindset that will allow you to be able to focus on the right things, make good decisions, choose wisely,
Hmm.
and value yourself enough to be able to say yes to the stuff that you want, no to the stuff that you don't want, and say yes or no. But might not be no never. It might be no not yet, or no to the terms that you're suggesting.
Yeah.
But we have a phrase, my house, my rules.
Yeah.
And so for us, it's if I'm going to be um, if I want someone in my space to go on a particular journey, I have to take them on the journey I want them to go on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they take me on theirs.
Yes.
And that generally ends
Mhm.
up on their pricing, their timing, and their way of doing it, which generally, again, what shows up there. It's not on our terms. We don't get the price that we want. The profitability is not there,
Mm.
and it's on someone else's timeline. So
Yeah.
does it work for us? No. Oh, well, what if we could make things on our timeline? Then helping people be able to identify what's coming up, but also help them realize that we always have a choice.
Yeah.
It may not be a stellar list of things that we get to choose from,
Mm.
but again, we always have a choice. Whether we choose to say yes or no, generally it's up to us. We
Yeah.
don't, someone doesn't force themselves to be a client of ours.
Yeah.
We agree to take them on as a client. And when we agree to whatever terms we've agreed on. And if they're in their favor, we've agreed to it. So do we
Mm.
get to whinge and bitch and moan about the fact that our clients aren't profitable? Well,
Yeah.
we said yes to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you get into bigger business,
Yeah.
often what we find is that element of choice. It's always there. There are a lot of moving parts, but there are also a lot of people who sit there and go, "Oh, I didn't have a choice." Well,
Mm.
in the nicest possible way, that's rubbish. We always do.
Yeah.
The alternative may not be a comfortable one, and it
Mm.
may mean there needs to be what we call an adult conversation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there is always an option.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And early on in business, I feel like it's you don't want to say no as much as you probably can down the track. So then it's
yeah,
how do you balance that? You want business,
true,
but trying to make it equitable terms.
true. And so in that space, there's still again for those that are in that initial phase, yeah, stuff doesn't just come flying at you as
Yeah.
most people would like it to,
Yeah.
unless you've done some pre-work before you've gone into your business. But a lot of the time, even if you're in a space where you have to say yes to everything,
Mm.
there are ways to be able to have the conversation around on what terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
are ways, and we call it the journey that we take people on. If we get people making decisions based on emotion rather than logic,
Mm.
potentially you can still influence
Yeah.
the price that someone is prepared to pay or the timing of it or whatever.
Yeah.
You can still influence the way that they think, feel, operate
Yeah.
relating to you, even if you're in the slim pickings, I've got to take everything. There are
Yeah.
still ways to have that conversation, to have someone want to work with you,
Yeah.
regardless of price or whatever. But it takes us to be valuing ourselves enough to see that we can take them on that journey.
Yeah.
And we spend a bit of time with that with our clients up front because everyone needs that because everyone is selling.
Yes. And so that brings me to a question which I mentioned before. I was going to ask you because I find it interesting. We hear the word strategy a lot, and I think early on we kind of go a little bit fly by the seat of your pants, and there is an element of spaghetti at the wall because you're still trying to test yourself in business, what other clients want,
Yep.
who you like to work with, etc. So when you see businesses at different stages of their journey, um,
Yep.
how do you see that? Like, what is strategy to you? And then what's that sort of difference between strategy and tactical? Because also, as a business owner in the early days, you're kind of doing all of it. But as you
Yep.
grow and you bring in team, you can start to sort of step up and step out a bit while you bring other people in to do some of that more planning, tactical work. How do you see
Yeah.
those elements?
Yeah. Perfect question. There's a bunch in there to unpack.
Yes,
So if I go on a tangent, feel free to bring me back because
it's all right.
I often get excited about strategy and whatnot.
Yeah.
So for me, strategy, I'll look at it through the lens of how we see it for our clients.
Yeah.
So we see it as an essence to say, what is it that you're looking to, what's the business that you want in 12 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for us, it's getting clear in 12 months. And for all of our clients, we sit, I've got a session after this. We're sitting and resetting what the client wants their business to be in 12 months.
Hmm.
We did this 12 months ago.
Yeah.
Yep. So every 12 months we'll sit and go, right, tell us about the last 12 months. What came up? What worked? And what did you learn?
Hmm.
because you win or you learn.
Yeah.
There's no failure. That's just judging what you did.
Yeah.
So we remove that out of the equation. So you win or you learn. So it's like what over the last 12 months, what did you do well? What did you smash out of the park? And what did you learn? And so we generally go through that. And then we go, right, okay. So in 12 months, taking all of that into account, how do you do more of the stuff that worked? And how do you bring the learnings into your space? But first, let's look at what you want this thing to be in 12 months.
Mm.
What clients did, now that you've got 12 months under your belt, 12 months worth of results, whatever they are,
Mhm.
um, what do you want clients? Who do you want to be working with? Yeah. What work do you want to be doing? Is it the same as what you wanted 12 months ago? Or has the last 12 months allowed you to understand that that work there, not profitable, takes too much time, don't really want to do it? Well, what if we said no to that?
Mm.
Could we do more of the profitable stuff? Yes. Could we do more of this? Yes.
Yeah.
So we take in and strategically for us, we look at about 8 categories, which is clients, workflow, financials,
Hmm.
leadership, as in who the business leaders or owners are being, who they are being.
Yeah.
Um, we look at working on versus in the business.
Hmm.
We look at the team, and there's something else in there that we do, but there's so we strategically look at where they want their business to be in 12 months.
Yeah.
Now we used to look 3 years,
Hmm.
and often what we'll do is we'll have two or three really high level um, intentions that they would like to make happen over the next 3 years.
Hmm.
But because business is so dynamic at the moment,
Yeah.
we find that 12 months is beautiful because it allows people to get enough focus
Yeah.
to deliver that, but then also say, okay, well, why are we wanting that business in 12 months? Because it'll get us closer to our 3 year high level targets of whatever that they may be.
Yes.
So strategically, for us, it's just resetting what they want their business to be in 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
Then how we go about doing it, we then
yeah.
break it down into those 8 categories,
Hmm.
and then we put a bit more meat on the bones to
Yeah.
be able to say, okay, here are the intentions. We don't call them goals,
Hmm.
because when you set a goal, you're only focusing on the goal,
Yeah.
whereas we call them intentions. And we then say, okay, well, what is it that you'll focus on over the next 12 months? Or from today, what is it you'll focus on to make those things happen?
Yeah.
And if it turns up in 12, because if I set a 12-month goal, then I'm generally focusing on making that happen over 12 months.
Mm.
But what if I could do it in 3?
Yeah.
What if I
Yeah.
could do it in 6?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not suggesting it's always possible. However, we we flip the script and we go, rather than us wanting to do that over 12 months, how do we help a business within 3 to 6 months get what they need
Mm.
or what they want, which means they don't have to wait for 12 months.
Yeah.
They do it in 6, which allows them to then have 6 months of upside
Yeah.
that they wouldn't normally have.
Yes.
So for us, and as businesses get bigger or they add people to their team,
Mm.
we call it creating an opportunity for them to become a consultant to their own business.
Hmm. Okay.
So the context of that is most business owners don't really want to be on the tools. They don't want to be up to their elbows in dealing with the operational or financial day to day. Most business owners I speak to, they
Yeah.
don't want that. They want the
Yeah.
flexibility to be able to choose
Yeah.
where they spend their time.
Yes.
So, so we have, for those that want to be involved in their business but not be in the day to day of it, we
Hmm.
call it creating an opportunity for them to become a consultant to their own business.
Hmm.
And in that space, we then help them identify what their role would be and use the phrase, if not me, then who?
Hmm.
We also use the element of, if I wasn't in the business, what does the business need to allow it to operate without me in it,
Yeah.
but allowing me to choose where I spend my time?
Yeah. It's an
And
important
that's
perspective.
truly, it's
Mm.
truly creating an opportunity for business owners to be consultants to the business.
Yeah.
And so where do business owners generally want to sit if they weren't doing what they were doing currently, what
Mm.
would they like to do? And there are three areas that generally come up in this conversation. One is setting the strategy and the vision of the business.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they'd like to do.
Yeah.
Number two, manage the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they manage the energy of the business. And then three is coach, don't
Mm-hmm.
play.
Yeah.
So those three areas, they
Yeah.
tend to be where business owners want to focus. If they weren't up to their armpits in operational grenade diving,
Yeah.
then where would they spend their time? And for most of my clients who want to get out of the day to day but still want to be involved,
Mm-hmm.
I ask them, what if you could do this, this, and this? And they sit back and they go, oh, that'd be so good, but that's not possible, is it?
Mm-hmm.
And then we come back to what's possible. Well,
Yeah.
what if we could do that? I've got a client at the moment that I mentioned that, and they went, oh, if I could do that,
Yeah.
but I don't know how to do that. It's like, no, because you're operationally focused.
Yeah.
But what if we took you out of the business,
Mm-hmm.
help the business get what it needs to allow it to function without you,
Yeah.
but then throw in the fact that you get to choose where you inject yourself.
Yeah.
You could spend a day with key members of your team.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether your time's chargeable or not. You spend an hour, 2 hours with two or three people a day
Mm.
over a month. That's a lot of understanding your people, investing in your people, and showing they're important.
Yeah. So bringing in teams. So say this is a business who hasn't really invested in people yet. They've been doing it
Yep.
all themselves and they need to be able to scale and grow to take that step back. And I love that coach, don't play. I want to ask you more about that.
Yes.
How do they get started in that space? Like bringing in what would you suggest for a newish business would be like the first team member that they would bring in and then how to
Clone
transition
yourself.
clone.
Clone yourself. Isn't that
Yeah.
how we do it now? So what I ask business owners to do is to consider what is going to create the amount of time they need to be able to grow the business. And let's go back to, what does growth mean? Because it could
Yes.
mean different things. If
Yeah.
we're going to take someone on, then what is it that I want to create a space to be able to do? So
Hmm.
if it means that I want to be uh, out in front of clients, business development.
Yeah.
Yep. So then either I get someone to do business development,
Hmm.
but that's not really what I want. I want to do that.
Yeah.
So then I go, okay, well, how much time would I need to free up to allow me to do business development? And it might be, if I could add a day a week to allow me to be able to be out in front of people, connecting with people,
Hmm.
having coffees, lunch, golf, or whatever that looks like, networking.
Yeah.
If then I go, okay, well, what would I need to be able to have someone come in and do that to free me up to allow me to do what I want to do?
Yeah.
And so it may not be that you have to take a full-time person on.
Yeah.
It might be, well, how do I create a day a week
Mm.
to be able to, and maybe I only have client meetings on Monday to Thursday. Friday is my BD day.
Yeah.
Or how do I take what's on my plate and go, you know what? Can I get a VA? Can I take some of the administrative stuff off my plate
Yeah.
to then allow me to say, well, if I could get back a day a week,
Mm.
what's the value of that? Let's say we paid someone $30 an hour, 1 day a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. If my clients are on average $1,000,
Yeah.
would I spend $200 to create time for me to add $1,000 on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Sounds
have to
reasonable.
full time. I don't have to have someone there 5 days a week.
Yeah. There's
I
a lot more fractional roles I'm seeing these days as well.
Bingo. And so for me, what I would do is I would suggest, if someone is in a space where they want to create time, but they don't feel comfortable with the investment for someone full time,
Yeah.
look at the activities that are currently taking up their time,
Mm.
and how do I get someone to take them on?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I get someone to, if I could take that off my plate through whatever means, what would it do? If it freed up a day, how
Mm.
many clients would I need to add in a month to allow me to pay for one person at $30 an hour, $200 a day,
Yeah.
$800 a month. If my clients are $1,000 a client, I need one
Yeah.
to cover
Make it
that.
happen. Yeah.
That's right. And if I can't add one client with a full day each week for a month, then I shouldn't be doing BD.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had the
Yeah.
conversation with a client in Sydney. They were the same thing. Oh, I've got to pay 200,000 to add these three people to my business. I said, well, A, you don't have to pay that today. It's
Yeah.
over 12 months.
Yes.
And I said, B, what's the value of your client? He said
Mm.
40 grand. I said, so over 12 months, you're telling me that you don't feel like you could add five clients over 12 months with the time you get back by adding those three people. You're telling me that you can't add five clients to make that money back.
Yeah.
And he went, oh, I could add one or two a month. Okay, well, if you added two, there's 24
That's it.
times 40,
Yeah.
and it's going to cost you 200 over 12 months, not today.
Yeah.
And so at that point, we tend to look at what won't happen if they don't. They
Yes.
won't get the day to add three clients, three
Yeah.
thousand
Just
dollars, and
scarcity.
it costs, yeah, because
Yeah.
generally what they do, that whole element of fear or
Yes.
abundance. What do we see? We see the fear. I've got to
Mm.
spend $800 a month. Um, do I have that? Maybe, maybe not. Well, if I
Yeah.
don't spend it, I'm not getting access to add three, four, five clients,
Yeah.
which would be $5,000.
And then
So
it's
will I
having the
spend
right
eight?
offers so that you can go get the right clients.
That's right. And
Yeah.
so then you're sitting there going, well, if I don't, I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The coach don't play thing you mentioned before. What do you mean by that? I mean, I think I have an idea, but I love the terminology.
Mm,
So,
great question. So for me, and I'll use it's a generic example, but it's a representation of a lot of clients
yeah.
that I've worked with, which is when you start to add more people to your team, the
Hmm.
amount of access that they get to you directly
Yeah.
is less.
Yes.
So what tends to happen is when we start talking about becoming a consultant to a business, it frees up the business owner to choose where they spend their time.
Mm.
For me, it's about giving the business owner back time to spend directly with individual people within the business.
Yeah.
So rather than them doing stuff in the business,
Yeah.
they spend time with. So, for example, one of the clients they had trucks on a road, so plumbers. Um, I I said to him, I said, how often do you sit in the truck with them for a day? And he said, oh, never. Why would I? It's not chargeable. I said, well, no, it's not chargeable now, but do you think that would be an investment in helping your team feel important,
Mm.
helping them feel like they matter?
Yeah.
And you're not there doing it. You're just there supporting them. Or
Yes.
or even going to site.
Mm.
How many business owners go to site and they're there to fix something, or they're there to do something, or they're there to do that?
Yeah.
What what is it?
Yeah.
Rather than I'm going to site as a way to pick up a broom and just be with my team,
Yeah. Not
but
not
also be
oversight, but support.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. And then also you go to site and talk to other people on site,
Mm.
other trades or other whatever, just
Yeah.
to, or even to the client. I mean,
Yeah.
is that an investment in, you're not there to do stuff. You're
Yeah.
there to invest in your team. And part of coaching is inspiring them in a way. And part of that is about helping them feel important.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
they feel important, they're going to go over and above, or they're going to sit there and say, someone's offered me another $5 an hour more. But you know what? I get every month I get to spend, you know, a certain amount of time with the business owner. Those guys, you never see the business owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that.
Yeah. And
So
we're
if I
clear
want to
on the
invest,
vision, we're clear on the strategy, you
yeah,
communicate.
Oh, values. You know,
Yeah.
you could sit there, and if you spent even 1 or 2 hours with someone, regardless of their seniority,
Yeah.
and you're a business owner, do you reckon they're going to sit there and go, you know what? I feel pretty cool. I just
Yeah.
spent half an hour with the business owner. He didn't tell me what to do. He was there to support me and find out about me.
Yeah. And to listen
Do
to
you
my
reckon?
ideas.
That's right. Do you
I'm on the
reckon
ground. He's not. She.
innovations about doing things differently?
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's different?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Do you
Yeah.
reckon it's, they feel less like, you're paying me $30 an hour and charging me out at 110?
Yeah.
Do you reckon they feel important, or do you reckon they feel like a profit center?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
So for me,
yeah.
when I say coach don't play, rather than doing stuff, it's supporting those that are doing stuff, which means you don't have to do the stuff.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
keep it simple, it's, if we can create opportunities for business owners, because let's be honest, you look at kids, all they want to do is spend time with adults.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it's fun Uncle Bob that turns up at Christmas time, they just want to spend time with them. Or so you look at people in a workplace, same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
If they only ever get shouted at or told what to do or sent to clients that are just going to treat them like crap or whatever,
Mm.
how do you reckon they feel?
Yeah.
But if the business owner spends time and goes, so Jane, tell me about your space. What's working?
Yeah.
What's not working? Have you
Yeah.
got any feedback? And I've realized that I haven't spent any time with you, and you've been here 6 months. So I realized that it was up to me to create some time to be able
Mm.
to sit and get to know you. Because if I know you, I understand what's working, what's not working, what's pissing you off, what you enjoy. And if I'm
Yeah.
asking you to do more of the stuff that's pissing you off, James is going to sit there and go, well, why would I say yes to that? You want
Yeah.
to promote me, but then I have to do more of that rubbish. It's like, well, how does that
Why?
work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to unpack because we're gonna have to start to wrap it up.
Oh
Unfortunately, there's
yeah.
so many things we could still talk about, but I wanted to talk about this new program or this new product that you have, which I think is really
Yes.
valuable. When you told me
Yes.
about it a few months ago, it's like I'd really love more people to know about it. So please share.
Yes. And so I'll make it quick because again, conscious of time. I ran a full day workshop with one slide, and so I love to share
Yeah,
my knowledge because if it helps one person, it's worth it.
yeah,
We've so from July we're starting a new product which is designed to align the investment for advice
hmm
with making additional profit.
yeah,
So it's generally you'll have a set retainer for 12 months, and regardless of results,
yeah,
you pay your 3 grand, 4 grand, whatever it is, uh, each month for 12 months, and it'll end up costing you, and you get what you get. So we've decided that there has to be a way that we can align getting results
hmm
with the investment that we're asking people to make. So we've got a product which we've launched 1st of July, where there is a monthly retainer, but it is 50% of what it would normally be.
hmm
And over the 12 months, we will agree what the starting profitability is,
hmm
and then it will be a percentage of the profitability that we add over a 12-month period.
yeah,
If the profit doesn't show up, then it will only ever be half of the
yeah, sure,
investment on the monthly go forward.
yeah,
If the profit shows up, then we're feeling that we're aligning the investment for that with when the additional profit shows up,
yeah,
there is a percentage of that that would go towards the extra profit showing up.
yeah. So it's
So some
kind
would
of
call
like
it a
being in
success.
partnership for, yeah,
That's right. And so the reason we're doing that is because what it does is it actually shows that we have skin in the game,
hmm
rather than we turn up, we have 2 hours a month, 3 hours a month, 4 hours a month, whatever it is. And at the end of the 12 months, whatever is shown up shows up. It's like
yeah,
there is no accountability around results.
yeah,
So this is a way to say, well, our results are aligned with that of the business. So
yeah,
it's not for everyone,
yeah,
and not everyone will want to jump in and have a crack at it. And to
hmm
be honest, we won't. we won't offer it to everyone
No.
because we go back to the comment before. What is growth?
Yes.
Some businesses aren't focused on adding profitability to their business because they're going through a transition.
Yeah.
They've got to resize,
Mm.
right size, to
Yeah.
then be able to go forward. And
Yeah.
it may not be something for them. But
Yeah.
for those that are ready to go, I want to add profitability to my business. And
Yeah.
a perfect example of this product, had it been available, there's a business that turned over $3 million. They added $800,000 profit.
Mm.
They were ready to add profitability, but they didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a way
No.
for us to be able to align
Yeah.
those that want to add profitability to their business. This is a way to do it, but not pay in full along the way.
Yeah.
It is investment, and it'll be over 3 months at the end of the 12 months.
Yeah.
We're scaling it so there'll be an equal 3 month payment of whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
So, would you spend, for example, would you spend $100 to get 1,000?
Sounds like a good return. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you get to keep 85% of the profit you make,
Yeah.
um, and there's an investment for that. But we just scale it so it's at the end of it
Yeah.
when we make the profit,
When
as
you're seeing the
opposed to
results.
along the way through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I think that's a great option for the right business. Absolutely. I think
that's right. And
it's a
it's
good,
different.
yeah.
It's not for everyone, but at
Yeah.
the same time, for those that feel like it's appropriate for them,
Yeah.
then we're happy to have a conversation about what it looks like, what the process would be, and they get us for 12 months.
Yeah.
Um, and because most of our other products they're designed to be 3 to 6 month
Yeah.
maximum,
Yeah.
then we give over the choice of whether we continue or not to the clients.
Yes.
We don't do 12-month contracts. We do ongoing, but within 3 to 6 months, where we do what we need to do to help them be able to do it themselves,
Yep.
then give them the option of whether we stay with them or not. That's up to them, not us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's
that's
different.
yeah. Fantastic. So how do people, we'll put details in show notes, but is the best
Yeah.
way for people to give you a call and to
Uh,
have an initial chat? Is that?
Yeah, so what we do on our website, mentorsgroup.com.au,
Yep.
we have a 20-minute book a 20-minute free,
Yep.
no obligation conversation.
Yep.
So that's probably the easiest way. And if they reference this podcast,
Yep.
then I'll know where they've come from.
Yep.
And so we give everyone that would like to have a conversation, we'll give them 20 minutes just to see. Generally, it'll be to see whether we would be a good fit,
Yep.
whether we are the right people for them. And if not, that's okay. We'll be
Yep.
honest and open, but we may know someone that might be more
Yes.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Or someone rang the other day to have a chat about strategy, but what they really needed was they needed some legal advice
Hmm.
before we talk strategy.
Yeah.
So I introduced them to a legal person that I know.
Yeah.
So it's the
Excellent.
element of what is it they need now, and we'll be honest and open and upfront and go, I recommend you do this, and then come back to us once you've done that, because
Yeah.
that is more important than talking about your strategy at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Oh, I
So
could continue talking because there's so many things. So thank you so much
oh,
for your knowledge and
my
wisdom
pleasure.
today. There's lots of things in there I think that will give people things something to think about. And then
Yeah.
also,
And if as I said, if there's one thing that people take away from today,
yeah,
that's why I openly share
yeah,
podcasts or speaking or whatever it is.
yeah,
If I can help one person do one thing and take one action, then for me, and if someone's resetting a strategy, reset it, but don't just sit there and go, geez, that's a good strategy. Yeah, we've done a great job. Set your strategy,
implement
create a
it.
plan, whatever it is,
Yeah,
but then take one piece of action to start making it happen.
yeah,
That's the thing that will change
yeah,
a picture on a wall, like the thing behind me. It
yeah.
goes from being a picture on a wall to an active plan.
Yes, yes. The juggernaut that starts momentum.
That's right. It doesn't,
Yeah.
a rock doesn't roll itself.
No, fabulous. Thank you so much,
So,
Paul, and
thank
thank you
you.
everybody for listening. And I will catch you all next week.